welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a first impressions of the new Dior Backstage Concealer. Now, you guys know that I normally like to do 3 or 4 days of testing, really get to know the concealer, and then share my thoughts with you guys. But let me explain why I'm only doing a first impressions. Tomorrow, I am getting a chemical peel. Now, I was supposed to get this chemical peel back in January. My dermatologist is doing it, by the way. I was supposed to get the chemical peel back in January, and I canceled the appointment. And then I had another appointment in February and had to cancel because I had COVID. So I'm not canceling tomorrow. I've got to get this chemical peel done. I want to lighten some of my hyperpigmentation and also lighten some of my acne, like scarring and stuff. I kind of want to get my skin kind of fresh and ready for summer. So I'm doing a chemical peel tomorrow. Fingers crossed. I'm so nervous about it. I'm a nervous freaking wreck over it, but you know, she did tell me, you know, I do have to come in 30 minutes early because they're supposed to be doing a lot of numbing. So fingers crossed the numbing works. I wanted to just at least put out a video on it and show you guys the product and kind of give you guys my first impression. I will be doing a wear test. I will be doing a daylight check-in. So I will take you guys outside, zoom you guys in real close. The only difference between this video and my normal concealer testing reviews, I won't be wearing it for 3 or 4 days. I'm only going to be able to wear it for 1. With the chemical peel, I won't be able to film for about 3 or 4 days, maybe 5 days. After you have a chemical peel, you never know how your skin's going to react, and so we'll see how it goes. Before we jump into the details on this new concealer, up here on the screen is an image of all of my deets, meaning my age, my skin type, what I like, what I dislike in concealers, all of my information. I feel like that information is so important for you guys to know that going into this review, especially those that are a new viewer. It's super important for the audience to know what the person behind the camera likes and dislikes with complexion products. So I will also list this information in the description box down below, along with popular concealers out on the market and what shades I wear in those concealers, so you guys can kind of use that as a baseline or a guide as to the shades that I chose for this review. So now that we got that out of the way, let's jump into the deets about this new concealer. So this is called the Backstage Flash Perfector Concealer. Look at this, you guys. It's here. I had to chase down my UPS driver. You'll find out all the deets when we move into the application, but I had to chase him, stand in the street. Hey, hold on. And I may or may not have had a robe on. So this is the new Backstage Flash Perfector Concealer. It is a caffeine-infused, full coverage, natural glow finish, and it's also claiming to be waterproof. So it is available in 22 different shades with 4 undertones. The shades have been developed to cover a wide range of skin tones and perfectly match the shades of the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation to achieve a flawless finish. I went ahead and bought 2 shades. I bought the shade 3W, and I also bought the shade 4W. 4W is what I wear in the Backstage Face and Body Foundation, so I use this to spot conceal, and then I wear 3 Warm on as a concealer in the Dior Skin Correct, which is one of my favorite concealers. It's a great concealer. Now, the interesting thing about this new concealer is that it has a brush, which is really cool. I love the brush. Let's go ahead and jump into the application. I'm going to apply it on the under eye, which, by the way, I am applying 3W underneath the eye. And then, of course, I will take you guys outside, zoom you guys in real up close and very personal. And then I will do some swatches of these 2 shades and swatch them next to other shades in other concealers that I have. And then I will get into my 12-hour check-in, which will be my final thoughts. Now, I don't know that I'm going to be able to wear this concealer for 12 hours because I finished applying it at 11:30 this morning, but it'll at least be 10 to 12 hours. So just FYI. So without further ado, let's jump into the application, and I will see you guys all in my final thoughts. So let's dive into this new concealer. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. I overnighted this concealer from Dior, and I didn't realize I had to sign for it. I got a notification from UPS that another package was delivered, but the Dior package would come the next business day. So then there was the note on my door saying, you know, sorry we missed you. it needed a signature. So I waited outside for 15 minutes while the UPS driver worked my neighborhood and waited for him to come back. I'm like, here, can I sign this and take it right now? So he gave it to me. So grateful, because tomorrow, like I mentioned in the intro, tomorrow I'm having a chemical peel. So this is not going to be like a full review that I normally do. You guys know that I like to wear my concealers, 3, 4, 5 days, but I'm just giving you guys kind of a first impression so you guys can get kind of an idea about the concealer. Then once my face heals from the chemical peel, I'll continue to wear it and I will keep you guys updated. So let's just dive into it. I have 2 shades. I have 3 warm and 4 warm. This is shade 4 warm, very thin formula. That's 4 warm, which is a good shade for my actual complexion. So that's 3 warm right there. 3 warm and 4 warm. So I'm going to be applying 3W. Right now it is 11:15 in the morning. This is the brush. Really neat, right? So I'm going to go directly right here and apply some. And then maybe apply here. And I'm going to work with that and see how far it takes me. Now, I have super dark circles right now because I haven't been getting much sleep. The last 2 days, actually, I haven't slept. I think I've maybe slept 4 hours a night. So this is actually a really good time for me to test a concealer because I do have some pretty gnarly dark circles. And this concealer is claiming to be a full coverage concealer, so we'll see how it does. Okay, so that's not bad. I'm not sure that I would say this is full coverage though. I'm kind of used to the KVD Good Apple Concealer, and that one, in my opinion, for me has been full coverage. This one, I don't know that I'm gonna go as far as to say it's full coverage. I kind of feel like this one might be medium to full. I just don't know if it's full. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe off the brush, and then I'm gonna apply it on this side. This has the thinnest texture. You guys know that I like to bring a little bit of concealer right here, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put like one little swipe right here. And I'm gonna see how it wears on those wrinkles, but I'm actually gonna push it into the skin with the sponge. I'm gonna turn off the ring light, and maybe you guys might be able to see it a little bit better. I feel like this doesn't look all that smoothing on my under eye. So I just turned off the ring light. I'm not sure if you guys can see that hollow that I have on my under eye. I don't know about this. I don't know that I love it, like first glance, like first application. I don't know that I love it. I feel like I need to continue to kind of keep pushing it into the skin. Okay, I think I'm gonna take my camera off the tripod and zoom you guys in so you guys can see what I'm seeing, because I can see from this angle and being this far away, you're not seeing what I'm seeing. So let me take it off, hold on. So can you guys see how it kind of looks a little bit patchy? And it shouldn't really look like that right after application. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just applied it, and I feel like it should be kind of, I'm not used to holding this. And I need to fill in some foundation right there on my brows. Getting up this close, you can see everything. I just don't feel like it's spreading very even over my under eyes. And I just don't love it. You see that? I feel like it's a little patchy. Like, especially right here. See how it's getting kind of patchy looking? Yeah, I don't love that. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I don't know that I'm feeling this. I just don't know that I'm loving this, you guys. I will definitely have to kind of see how it wears throughout the day. But just based on how it looks right now, I'm not loving this. I'm not loving it. And I had high hopes for it because I really like the Backstage foundation. I think it's a great foundation. So I had kind of high hopes for this concealer. But you can see what I'm seeing. And when you first apply a concealer, like, it should look its best at that moment. And I'm just not getting that with this. I'm not getting that like, oh, this looks so good, right? What I'm afraid of is if it doesn't look that great when you first apply it, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to get that great as the day progresses, right? So we'll see how it goes. Right now it is, let's see, right now it is 11:30. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of here, finish the rest of my makeup. I will come back and do a midday daylight check-in where I'll take you guys outside, zoom you guys in real close so you guys can see how this is wearing. And then of course I will wear this for as long as I can. I don't know that I'm going to be able to wear it for full 12 hours, but it will at least be 10 to 12. So I will see you guys in my daylight check-in. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna lose daylight. It is almost 6 o'clock. So I had to run out here really quick and do this daylight check-in before I lose daylight, and I'm cold, so if the camera's shaky, I apologize. So this concealer has been on for what, roughly 6.5, 7 hours? So you can see, like, it is just a little drying. Like, can you guys see how drying that is? And I feel like my dark circles are peeking through more than they did when I applied it earlier today. You can kind of see like the hollowness, and you can see it's just kind of crepey looking. I don't know, you guys. I don't know if I really love this concealer or not. Like, there's some things that I already see that I'm not really loving about it, but it's not really sitting very well on this. You can kind of see where it's really patchy. And it just isn't laying very good. And I feel like it's emphasizing wrinkles vertically. And a lot of my concealers don't do that. Of course, you're always going to have creasing. Like, I don't ever get into the hype of creaseless concealers because I think it's baloney. But you don't want concealers that are emphasizing your creases either. And I feel like this one not only emphasizes the creases, but it emphasizes creases that I didn't know that I had, right? So it's kind of one of those. I don't know. I'm not like fully in love with this. And I apologize. It's so noisy right now. It's 6 o'clock, so everybody's driving home from work. So the roads are so noisy, and I apologize. I live in the country, but I live close to the highway, so that's what you can hear. So I apologize. That's it for this like daylight zoom in. I'm just sitting out here on my porch. There's my dog. He's like, where's my mom? She's not letting me come out. Rowdy. Hi. Hi, buddy. That little boy right there, he is the love of my life. He has my heart and soul. He is the love of my life. Look at that face. How can you not love that face, right? He's just the sweetest little dog. Oh my God. I love him. He is my heart. Anyway, I did take out down my Christmas tree. When I reviewed the KVD Good Apple Concealer, I still had my Christmas tree up. But last weekend, I took it all down. You know, I made it right before March. There you go. Anyways, that's it for this quick daylight check-in. The next time you guys see me, it will probably be like my 10 to 12 hour check-in. And in that check-in, I will zoom close in so you guys can see it. And of course, give you my final thoughts. So we'll see you guys then. Okay, everyone, I am back to give my final thoughts on this new concealer. I've almost made it to the 12-hour mark. I'm about probably like 20 minutes shy, but it is currently almost 11 o'clock. So I think I've done pretty good. I still have to edit, and I need to get to bed early tonight because my appointment for my chemical pill is early in the morning. So anyway, let's jump into it. Before I get into my thoughts, I'm going to take the camera off of my tripod and I'm going to zoom you guys real close in. But taking the camera off and bringing you guys in close, that is such good footage. and I feel like it's so realistic for you guys to see what it actually is, especially in front of all these beauty lights, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the camera off the tripod and let's zoom in. Okay, I'm just gonna hold the camera, so I'm sorry if it's super jiggly. I mean, you can see that this is really super, super patchy, right? And truthfully, it's gotten more patchy as the days went on since my midday check-in. But look at these vertical lines. That is what I do not like about this concealer. It's so bad. It is emphasizing all of those lines right there. So I don't love that. I hate the way that this looks. I mean, look at that. It is completely gross and pulled apart. I just do not love the way this is looking. I'm actually going to see if my dermatologist can take this off on my eye here. I would like to have her remove that tomorrow if she can. But look at this. Like, this is a hot flippin' mess, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm not expecting concealers to be perfect, but I recently reviewed the Good Apple concealer. It looks so much better 12 hours later than this one does. I just don't like all those vertical lines. And here's the thing, I would be okay if by the end of the night, like 10 to 12 hours later, the vertical lines started showing. But this started showing like 2 or 3 hours after application. And that's just not good. I hate those lines right there. Like, it emphasizes it so bad, and it's so patchy and gross. Lots to say about this concealer. I'm going to go ahead and put the camera up on the tripod, and I'm going to get into my final thoughts. So I hope that that footage was helpful. I don't think this is going to be a surprise. I do not like this concealer, and I will continue to wear it. So I don't want to just completely say it's bad, you know, don't buy it yet. Like, you guys know, I like to wear things for 3, 4, 5 days, right? Before I really give my opinion. But based on today, it's a no-go. It just does not work for me. I'm wondering if wearing a color corrector underneath it will help, you know, some of those dark circles. I might even try an eye cream to see if it doesn't do those vertical crazy lines. It's just drying. And it's bonkers to me because this is claiming to be more of a hydrating formula, and it's not. It's drying. And I just do not like the way that my eyes have looked from the second I applied it, which was already a telltale sign it wasn't going to work for me. It definitely got progressively worse throughout the day. And what I wasn't expecting, I mean, I saw all the kind of patchiness as I was applying it. It's such a thin formula, but once you start blending it out, it starts to kind of patch up. It's weird. And I'm not saying that a lot of concealers don't do that, but the difference, so I just reviewed the KVD Good Apple. That concealer is very smoothing underneath the eye. It like smooths out the area. It's a little bit thicker, but thin enough to where it spreads evenly. And it's got great coverage. It's gorgeous. It's like my new favorite concealer. This one is very thin, and it's almost like it's too thin, and it doesn't have that full coverage that it's claiming to have. But I do have to say, my biggest complaint with this concealer is those vertical lines. I do not like a concealer that is going to emphasize those wrinkles. It's, you know, when you start to get older, you don't want anything emphasizing wrinkles. I don't care what it is, you don't want anything emphasizing it. Especially emphasizing wrinkles that you don't even know you got. And that's what this does. This is emphasizing wrinkles that I didn't even know I had. So it's making my under eyes look older. It's making my under eyes look worse than if I wasn't wearing makeup. So you wear makeup to look better, not worse. And that's what this concealer gives me. It looks worse. I would rather not wear concealer. So I will continue to wear this concealer, but just based on wearing it today, I do not like it and I cannot recommend it. And if you were on the fence about buying it, I would wait until you hear more opinions on this. I don't know that I would rush out and grab this yet, because even though it's not super expensive, that's the nice thing about Dior. Their concealers are great price. So are their foundations, to be quite honest with you. But for being a high-end brand, okay? Tom Ford released a $90 concealer, okay? So I think this is great price for being Dior, for being a luxury brand like Dior, okay? So Dior has always been great with that. I prefer the Skin Correct much more over this one. The Skin Correct is a little bit thicker. Let me show you on the back of my hand. So this is the Skin Correct, okay? and it's a little bit thicker, you get great coverage with the Skin Correct. Like, great coverage. See how the Skin Correct, you can't see the lines in my hands? But if you come over here to the Backstage, you can see every line in my hand. I don't like that. And it's not that flattering on the eye. You can see that on my hand clear as day. The Skin Correct looks so much more flawless and so much more smooth on that under eye than the Backstage. The Backstage might have a little bit more of a shine to it than the Skin Correct. It hides the lines. So this concealer kind of goes down into the lines and hides it. The Backstage emphasizes every line, right? I mean, you can see that clear as day. So overall, I need to continue wearing it, but I don't recommend it at this point in time. And I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. I don't think there's gonna be a way for me to manipulate this to make it work. I really don't. I don't have a lot of faith that I'm gonna find a way to make this a bomb concealer, is my point. I just don't see that happening. So those are my overall thoughts. Sound off down below in the comment section. What did you think of the footage? I don't know if anybody has it yet. You know, it just came out. But share with us in the comments. If you're watching this a few days later and you've gotten the concealer, share with us in the comment section down below how you're feeling about this concealer. Do you like it? Do you not? Share with us your thoughts. And like I said, I 100% recommend you waiting until there's more reviews out there so that you can get more opinions from other people, from other, you know, content creators. I think that's going to be a really, really important thing to wait to buy this. That's just my thoughts. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in today's video. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Love you. Bye.